Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today as we discuss the state of our campus. Before we begin, let's recognize the truly extraordinary times we've been living in. And let's take a moment of silence for those we've lost and those who are sick or suffering as COVID-19 continues to take its toll. We stand alongside all of those among our campus community who've been impacted deeply. We extend our gratitude to healthcare workers at the front lines, those on our faculty and our hospital partners, for the selfless care they have delivered and continue to deliver to patients under our watch. And we recognize that so many members of our faculty, staff, and student body, as well as our alumni, have given considerable time to the challenges of COVID under very difficult circumstances. Thank you. Over the past year and a half, we've seen very clearly what's possible when we unite in our common purpose in pursuit of our noble mission. We have been tested again and again in new and different ways, and we've changed course countless times. We must have set a new record for the use of the word pivot. We have risen and continue to rise to those challenges and to come out stronger for it. The uncertainties we've faced have led to momentous change and sparked meaningful conversations about our future. They've also highlighted the vital importance of the work you do here each and every day and brought new possibilities to the forefront. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity, and in every aspect of our mission, we've found opportunities to improve. We've learned so much over the course of the pandemic, and we have much to do. Looking ahead, that path is clear. We are on solid footing, and our future is brimming with possibilities. Many of our pivots have already become permanent, and the perspective we've gained will inform our path forward. So as I address you today, I'd like to highlight our gains and focus on the great many possibilities in front of us. We had hoped for an in-person address this year from our newest university facility, the Anschutz Health Science Building, but the realities of COVID have taken us once again virtual. Still, the spectacular new building is a fitting symbol for this year's address, and we hope to see each of you in it this time next year. When we broke ground in 2019, we referred to the Anschutz Health Science Building as 390,000 square feet of possibilities. Today, it stands as a campus landmark and a pride point. We are thankful to the crews who have kept construction on track amid the pandemic, and we're deeply grateful to Phil Anschutz and the Anschutz Foundation for helping make this project and so many others on this campus a reality. The building is a reflection of the sheer will it takes to get big things done, of what can be achieved when talented, hard-working people come together. And it's an example of what is possible when we work together to turn bold ideas into reality, take risks and push boundaries, and create solutions where there may appear to be none. That's what happens on our campus and why we're all here. I'm grateful to be with you today to talk about more big initiatives ahead. We have a lot to look forward to, so let's get down to it. Amid the shifting circumstances of the last year, we've held our ground in essential areas and continued on an upward trajectory. A look at our 5-year progress is particularly impressive. By nearly every measure, we've seen remarkable gains, from increases in clinical revenues and volume, to the growth of our faculty and staff, and student applications and enrollment, to rising research funding and philanthropic support. Our schools and colleges are thriving. The School of Medicine had more than 14,000 primary applications for this year's class of 184. The first 4-year cohort of MD students began studies at our new branch campus at CSU in Fort Collins this summer, and we've continued growth at the UCCS branch. There's a new curriculum in the School of Medicine. The College of Nursing built a successful program at CU Stout Denver. The plan is to double in size over the next 5 years to meet rapidly growing need for skilled nurses. The Colorado School of Public Health has been a proven leader at time when the spotlight has been pointed directly on public health. It served Colorado brilliantly and continues to do so, attracting future leaders in droves. It's grown 45% in applications and 36% in enrollments in just 3 years. The Skaggs School of Pharmacy opened a Center for Drug Discovery last month, which houses one-of-a-kind drug screening technology that promises to speed next-generation drug development. The School of Dental Medicine is setting the pace in dental education through the use of the latest simulation techniques and virtual reality tools. It's sustained clinical operations throughout the pandemic and is among the unsung heroes of COVID-19. We're making progress on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Under the leadership of Vice Chancellor Regina Richards, she and her team hit the ground running, connecting on campus and off to move us towards systemic change. They've formed the Chancellor's Leadership Council to define action areas, including equitable hiring, anti-racist curriculum training, promotion and tenure rules, and more. They've helped inspire philanthropic support, 5 DEI-specific scholarship funds this year alone, and we now have 73 funds dedicated to DEI initiatives, with a $1 million match from the CU Office of the President to help us accelerate our efforts. Our campus now supports over 70 community engagement programs, and we're building more. Among our community serving programs, work continues on a new Salud Family Health Center clinic, part of the 27-acre Aurora Community Health Commons, which will offer low-cost, integrated care and social services and provide valuable hands-on training for our students. And we're moving forward on our Center for Health Equity, which will deepen our ability to address social determinants of health and disparities in healthcare. Our research and innovation enterprise is booming, and take a look at philanthropy. More than 10,000 people made gifts over the last year, with 23 new scholarships, fellowships, and 12 new endowed chairs established last year alone. Over the past 5 years, we've raised $1 billion, with a B, $1 billion in gifts and commitments, and our endowment has grown to $815 million, which will provide stable funding for life-changing research, education, and care in perpetuity. That's a spectacular achievement due to the inspirational work of our faculty and staff and their partnership with Scott Arthur, Jim Hodge, and the team in the Office of Advancement. 5 years ago, we set a number of strategic priorities to guide us. We've made great strides and will continue to foster growth in those areas. Our hospital partners are a great asset, particularly over the course of the pandemic. Ranked among the very best, due in no small part to our faculty, whose skill and stature bolster our reputation as a destination for the finest care. We've continued to invest in the quality and the quantity of our clinical and science faculty with major new recruitments. Faculty overall has grown by 25% over 5 years. The School of Medicine has grown by 31%, Public Health by 17%. The College of Nursing has grown research faculty with 8 new hires since Dean Eli Provencio Vasquez took the helm. Telehealth has rapidly expanded with the pandemic, and techniques like remote patient monitoring are just some of the possibilities for the future. Not only delivering the best care, but driving the science behind it to new heights and increasing access to care for people regardless of geography or ability to travel. Having leading hospital affiliates right here is obviously a huge part of what makes our campus a standout nationally. We will continue to sustain and grow on those relationships. We continue to seek significant growth in research volume. We hit $654 million last year, $298 million of it from NIH awards. Actually, total research funding was $770 million, including research-associated gifts. That's a testament to the leading-edge work taking place here. Among the examples, a prestigious $10 million NCI SPORE grant for head and neck cancer led by Antonio Jimeno, a $5.9 million NCI Outstanding Investigator Award for Craig Jordan's work on human leukemia stem cells, a $3 million grant for the School of Public Health study led by John Adgate and Lee Newman and colleagues on climate and kidney health on sugarcane workers in Guatemala. Too many COVID-related grants to list, including $11.7 million for vaccine trials led by Tom Campbell and Myron Levin, $8.7 million in monoclonal antibody trials led by Udit Ginday, $3.7 million in modeling and contact tracing led by Dean John Samet, Lisa Miller, and Elaine Scallon. We've increased industry partnerships to create new healthcare technologies, drugs, and devices. An example is BioIntelliSys for remote patient monitoring and technology, scaled around the world in record time with COVID, in addition to helping our own patients. No doubt we'll continue to attract funding. We've invested heavily in our research infrastructure. Under Tom Flaig's leadership, we've bolstered our capacity and our talent. Lori Sussel was appointed AVC of Basic Science Research 1 year ago. She boosted basic science efforts and brought vast expertise in cell and developmental biology and diabetes to our leadership team. We have the Center for Combat Research, led by Vic Babarda. It's grown substantially in size and deepened expertise in combat trauma, acute mental health, and related fields. We have the CCTSI, led by Ron Sokol, that continues to grow and prosper. We have a recent grant from the NIH led by Donald Neese, part of a national network focused on reducing the burden of COVID on those hardest hit, especially communities of color. We've also increased our investment in bioengineering over the last 5 years, a central piece of our education and research enterprise, and we'll continue our focus there. Most critically, it's the skilled physicians and researchers occupying our buildings, clinics, and labs every day who keep us at the forefront, leaders in their fields who attract other leaders, funders, and partners to collaborate on redefining medicine. It's clear that the creation of CU Innovations and our partnerships with CCTSI and the innovations operations at UCH and Children's were a winning bet. Now we're doubling down. We founded CU Innovations in 2016. The past 5 years have shown us the value of partnerships and of having pathways right here to take your ideas from research bench to clinic and to market. We're expanding on that, as you'll hear in a bit. We've seen the benefits of investing in our own and incentivizing high-risk, high-reward research. Through Spark, Grubstake, the Chancellor's Discovery and Innovation Fund, the CU Healthcare Innovation Fund, and with CU Boulder spurring cross-campus, cross-disciplinary projects through AB Nexus, now in its third round. We can proudly say therapies developed in our labs, manufactured right here in our facilities, and tested in our clinical setting are impacting patients now, including investigator-initiated trials of CAR T-cell therapies. We've had patients in both adult and pediatric trials now, and it's a wonderful example of collaboration with our hospital partners. That's the magic of an academic medical campus, and a clear example of our role in pushing today's science forward to redefine the healthcare of tomorrow. We have key recruits, including our first Chief Research Informatics Officer. We're putting our stake in the ground for what's next. We said we'd significantly escalate our work in mental health and wellness. COVID has brought into stark relief what we all know. Mental health must be a priority and integrated into all that we do. Our psychiatry department has rapidly scaled up. Over the past 3 years, we've seen a 321% increase in lives touched by our faculty, from 46,000 in 2019 to almost 200,000 in 2021, under the leadership of Neil Epperson. We've increased our programs and services, ramped up offerings to meet COVID, including faculty and staff mental health clinic and a student resident mental health clinic. We've leveraged telehealth to support over 500 frontline providers at our hospital partners and many, many more across Colorado. We've united forces by bringing the Johnson Depression Center under the department's umbrella. We've brought technology into practice with the National Mental Health Innovation Center. We've partnered with Children's on mental health for kids and with UC Health as they invest $100 million in integrated mental health care. And we've grown focus at the newly named Ludeman Family Center for Women's Health Research, a launching pad for more work in this burgeoning area. Through all this, we're also telling our story, and the world is taking notice. We're increasingly known for who we are and what we offer, as a destination for healing and for hope. It's an honor to share your breakthroughs and your achievements, and to highlight the special calling those on our campus share to ask hard questions, explore the possibilities, and create solutions. And we're going to do more of it. While these focus areas aren't going away, we have spent the last year determining how to build on this foundation of strength. We're firmly established as a leading academic medical campus. Our track record is outstanding. We've attracted top talent and highly driven students. We've built strong industry partnerships, and our potential is enormous. Now is the time to set our vision for who and what will become in the next stage of our growth. We know that a few characteristics will define the arc of our future success: our capacity for risk tolerance, innovation, and agility, our collective entrepreneurial spirit, an equitable and inclusive campus environment that prioritizes diversity and promotes mental health, and a booming data and bioinformatics enterprise. I'm eager to share the initiatives we've laid out with the input from so many among our community that we will pursue over the next 5 years. Let me first thank Associate Vice Chancellor Laura Bergelt and her team in the Office of Strategic Initiatives for deftly leading our campus through a robust visioning process. My deepest gratitude to each of you who took part for your time and thoughtful attention to our future. I hope you will share pride and excitement in the 5 initiatives that will take us through 2026 and beyond. The first is leveraging data, and we'll now hear from our new Chief Research Informatics Officer, Melissa Handel, about the possibilities ahead for that very subject.
The future of medicine lays in integration and application of the vast amounts of data available to us here at CU Anschutz. We can maximize our impact when we combine data from basic science, clinical research and care, and patient-generated data. When aligned, the possibilities are limitless. We can inform everything from rare disease diagnostics and mechanism discovery to understanding how to prevent opioid abuse to revealing the secrets of COVID and it as a new disease and its impacts on our population. That's why we're going big in the data sciences, building connections and creating an all-encompassing data ecosystem. Think of it this way: we will find more needles in the haystack when we put all the haystacks together. Our goal is to unite people and data to advance research, connecting our assets and making them accessible in real time at our fingertips. That's what I'm excited about. Working smarter, working together with our data. That's the next 5 years at CU Anschutz.
We are proud to count Dr. Handel among our ranks. With her expertise and oversight in a new role, we are positioned to unlock the power of data on this campus like never before. We've recruited other key leaders in this space and formed a veritable dream team. Casey Green, Sean Davis, with the partnership of Chris Smith and Laura Morris in OIT, and together with experts at the Colorado School of Public Health and the Colorado Center for Personalized Medicine, this team is breaking down boundaries in our data landscape and changing the game at CU Anschutz. We're building a data strategy and framework now and are eager to get going on plans for action. We know we've made progress when our physicians and researchers have real-time data at their fingertips, when you can spend less time digging for information and more time applying it to your day-to-day. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're building a Healthcare Innovation Institute, and now Clay Smith will share some insights about what that might look like.
When we talk about a new Healthcare Innovation Institute, we're talking about a one-stop shop for the best in industry, the hospital, and the university to come together, function as an integrated team to develop new products and new technologies to advance healthcare. What will the Institute mean in practice? I'd like to give you an example that's near and dear to my heart. I look after patients who have acute myeloid leukemia, and for 40 years, these patients have had exactly the same chemotherapy, even though we've known every person is different, every cancer is different. The Institute is going to support work in precision medicine, which is going to allow us to develop new diagnostics and new treatments so that we get the right treatment to the right patient at the right time. And we hope this project and others will be a model for many other faculty members and other investigators on campus to pursue similar dreams of advancing care through new technologies. Accelerating discovery, delivering solutions. That's the next 5 years at CU Anschutz.
We have demonstrated our immense capacity for innovation and bold breakthroughs through CU Innovations, and now we're taking our work to a new level with the development of this Healthcare Innovation Institute. As Dr. Smith explained, this institute means that your discoveries and developments will reach patients and industry partners even more quickly than they can today. It also means heightened recognition of your expertise and your ingenuity, and the creation of a dedicated hub of collaborative entrepreneurial research and development. We will focus on enhancing the student experience. Our students are obviously at the center of what we do. Student Senate President Hanak Balay Gabru will tell us about the importance of enhancing the student experience.
Our campus continues to grow, and we attract very bright students from various backgrounds to learn and grow alongside one another. Here, hardworking future leaders are training to go on to a wide range of careers in medicine and health. That is why it is imperative that we make sure we are establishing a welcoming, enriching environment, as well as ensuring our network of student support services are maintained and increased. Students are the heart of every university. An engaged student body is a healthy student body. Individually, our health and well-being are of critical importance too. At Anschutz, we are focusing on the question, how do we support our students' well-being? We start by boosting our mental health and wellness resources. We expand diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts by centering marginalized voices and inviting in communities that are and have been excluded. We intentionally, authentically build our community and campus culture to be collaborative, supportive, and just. In these examples, we can see the ultimate goal, making our campus a welcoming place, an accessible place for a diverse community of learners. This is where we share a sense of belonging and where we feel supported as we pursue our goals. Enhanced understanding and student support. That is the next 5 years at CU Anschutz.
As Hannah said, students are at the very heart of our campus. We're committed to enriching the environment they learn in every day and to creating a shared sense of place and a welcoming, supportive culture. We attract bright future leaders from diverse backgrounds by giving them the very best experience while they're part of our campus. We set them up to shape the healthcare of tomorrow. Among our first projects is an enhancement of student support services to centralize resources and make them widely accessible, including career services, immersive learning experiences, disability access and inclusion resources, student health promotion, financial aid, and more. And we're proud to let you know that just this week, our consolidated campus, CU Denver Anschutz, was named an Hispanic Serving Institution by the U.S. Department of Education, one of only a few medical campuses in the country to receive the HSI designation, and the only research university in Colorado to have done so. That brings our opportunities to campus such as new funding resources with impacts for student services and for programming. It is a pride point and an important milestone in our efforts to cultivate a vibrant, diverse campus, one that reflects the people and the communities that we serve. Partnering on patient care is obviously also at the core of what we do, and delivering that finest patient care today while reinventing the care of the future is what our clinical mission is all about. Now we'll hear from Ann Fulbrigge about the possibilities ahead.
One of our primary missions on this campus is to save and improve lives, not just in Colorado, but across the region, country, and globe. As technology changes the healthcare landscape, we are ensuring our patients aren't left behind. For those of us caring for patients or training to do so, there are exciting developments, some here now and some on the horizon. Together with our hospital partners, we are using technologies like telehealth and wearables for remote patient monitoring to bring the latest and best to those under our care. And we're improving access to quality care by making specialty expertise available to primary care providers remotely, removing geographic and financial barriers. By harnessing data, we are better able to bring the right care at the right time to the right patient, caring for people across the lifespan in the environment that works for them. Our goal, a patient-centered, patient-friendly campus that better serves everyone. Partnerships to improve the patient experience, That's the next 5 years at CU Anschutz.
We know what's possible when we join forces with our partners in the service of patients and their families. We've seen the success of this approach with our award-winning e-consults program, created by a team of our faculty to bring timely specialty concepts to patients remotely. Since it began in 2018, more than 10,000 e-consults have been placed, and 7,500 in-person office visits have been avoided. The result is highly tailored, more accessible care at a lower cost, and demonstrates the benefits of working together. Last and certainly not least is investing in our people. Our most valuable assets are the smart, driven individuals who make possible what we do. Investing in our own people is essential, and Channing Tate can tell us why.
Our people make everything we do at CU Anschutz possible, from research breakthroughs and care delivery to teaching and inspiring the next generation of leaders. To continue our success, we are putting structures in place to support the students, faculty, and staff that make our achievements possible. This will be done by creating career pathway programs in all aspects of the health sciences, mentoring programs, taking a look at promotion and tenure, promoting mental health and wellness, and fostering a diverse campus community that's inclusive and welcoming to all. I've benefited from our campus's commitment to its staff and students. I've been a student, a research assistant, and recently proudly became a faculty member. The campus focus on personal growth and development helps ensure all of us feel supported within our roles and journeys on campus. Inspiring and growing alongside our people, that's the next 5 years at CU Anschutz.
I hope you can see yourselves in Dr. Tate's story. It's because of you that CU Anschutz is the powerhouse it is today, a place where talented people come together to make the impossible possible. You make this place special, and we want you to grow and thrive here. We're launching efforts to focus first on holistic hiring practices and campus climate, career pathways for staff, and promotion and tenure processes for faculty. You'll hear more about each of these strategic initiatives as we move forward. You can visit the Office of Strategic Initiatives website for more information. If you haven't already, I encourage you to take part in the Campus and Workplace Culture Survey, live now through mid-November. We are committed to creating an inclusive environment, and we want to learn from your experiences to make CU Anschutz the most supportive place it can be. Our financial outlook is bright, and as a result of that, in part, we're proud that we were able to raise the campus minimum wage and use funds to buy down tuition this year. But we'd be remiss not to address the challenges ahead. COVID hasn't gone away. It's had devastating impact for people and communities, and for providers who continue to weather that storm. We must be advocates for science, and we must support one another. The cost of healthcare in this country continues to increase sharply, and inequities have risen to the fore. We must be part of that conversation about how to make care more affordable and accessible for everyone. On our campus, we will continue to balance safe return to pre-pandemic operations with evolving conditions. We know we are at our best when we're together, and we'll keep working toward that future state. In closing, thank you for doing your part as we've navigated tumultuous times together. We are in a place of strength on the heels of a year when our progress was nothing short of miraculous. We have proven ourselves stronger than ever and capable of anything. The future, truly, is brimming with possibilities. This is the place to realize them. When we harness the talent, perspectives, and intellect of our community, our potential is boundless. I can't wait to walk with you into the next phase of our history and the tremendous possibilities ahead. As our time together today comes to a close, let's bring our focus back to what matters most. Your dedication to pushing boundaries, bettering human health, and delivering hope and healing to those under our care. This final video demonstrates the power of those possibilities and the transformational impact your work has had on the lives of those that we serve.
I was a super active person. Before I retired, I commuted by bicycle for 25 years and thought I was in pretty good athletic condition. All of a sudden, I started becoming real lethargic. I just could not get energy going, and started getting night sweats and just losing weight. And I was like, well, where's this coming from? I'm eating pretty healthy and everything. And it just spiraled down from there. I just could not get my energy back.
Diagnosis was mantle cell lymphoma, and as I recall, it was stage 4, aggressive, rare, and incurable.
To get this diagnosis was devastating. It really was. I looked back at it and I was like, why? Why did this happen?
I was confused, I was scared, I felt hopeless in the beginning, and then things started to fall into place where you step into action. You know, we're not going to accept this.
The challenge with a rare lymphoma like that is pretty much understanding what's the best modality for your patient, because it is a discussion, it's an evolution in terms of what therapies are available, a conversation between the patient and the oncologist.
There's more than a spirit of teamwork, I would say, on this campus. It's more of a culture. And it's very clear to us, even from the moment you walk in the front door, that everybody's on the same page. And it's from one person, one experience, one clinic, one desk to the next. It never wavers. Dr. Kamdar is gifted in the way that she puts the emphasis on optimism and hope when it's appropriate. It's not sugarcoating anything, it's not false hope. And here's the science, and this is how it all works together. If you concentrate on just one or the other, you can't get a result. There has to be a marriage of all of these tangibles and intangibles to get where you want to be. And she has been our guide in all of that. So
Absolutely. I feel fine. I'm back to I've regained all my strength over the years and everything. You know, cancer's always there. It's on the back of your mind. It's never going to go away, I don't think. You always say, when's the trigger switch going to flip? But in my mind, I'm not going to let that happen. I just think I think as a positive outlook every day, and I say, nope, it's not coming back.
I'm just so thankful for the fact that they trusted in us, in my team, in this system, in the information that I was presenting to them. I think every interaction I have with my patient, it leaves me with a teaching that I hope to impart in my own life. And I think through Pat and Sue, I just understood just the idea of acceptance, optimism, hope, the idea that science is constantly evolving, the belief in science, you know. I think that really made me realize how valuable they are to me, not just as my patients, but now as my friends.
Dr. Kamdar, you know, I look at her as a friend, as a role model. It's just like, second. But it's like, she says, you gotta live your life. And she's absolutely right. And so I live it stronger. I never say no to anything anymore. I say, yep, I'm doing it, we're doing it. I don't care, book it, we're going, we're doing this, we're doing this. Thanks for giving me an extension on my life. You really stepped up and helped me figure out what I'm dealing with here. Words cannot describe how much I care for you.
you saved both of our lives, really.
Thank you.
New lease on life.